The sea can be deep for our diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Morning, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Reflection, the new and improved Daily Reflection. Finally got there. I had some work to do, but we got there. Yay! See, what was happening is I would put on this video and I'd have background stuff going on. It was very, very choppy. I'd go like this, and then it would get there, and that's all right. But it was showing in the video that way too, and you can't have that. People don't want to watch that crap. So this is the improvement that I was talking about. I got to do some work with some lighting, things like that. But now we get to do other cool stuff. So thank you for your patience and your time. I was silly and went and put on a green shirt. It's a green screen. You're not supposed to wear anything green, or you just kind of blank out, which could be kind of fun though. So Brenda's already here. Good morning. I know background's cool, huh? Now I get to do other stuff too. We get to play around with banners, right? So today we get to say, hey, if you got a topic, something that you want to talk about, or if you're just here, you want to say something, please say hello. It helps us out. Facebook sees that stuff. So even just say hi or a like or a heart or something, right? If you got a topic, let me know. I'd be happy to talk about it. Maybe something's going on or something's happening. You just haven't gotten an answer yet, and you'd like me to cover it, let me know, and I'd be happy to do that. So today is on helping others and being responsible. All right, did you see how my video just woo? So I'm going to have to work on that, right? All right. It's because of the ticker, because it's moving across, right? But that's pretty darn cool, isn't it? So now we can have that stuff up there. Okay, let's get rid of the ticker and let's get on with this. We've had enough fun. So I'm going to be honest. I feel a little guilty today because I'm in a good mood. And Dion, why would you feel guilty for being in a good mood? That's just silly. And it is because I've got to, I'm in a good mood because things are moving forward for me, right? So exciting things and things like that. I was excited to get up and play around with my new computer. These are the joys in life we have now that we don't drink and drug. But I've got to do something very hard today. I've got to make a phone call to CPS on my own child. And I don't want to fucking do it, man. I need to. I have to. She's one of us. And she's going down. She's going the dad way, and I don't want her to. And you guys know how this works. There's not much I can do. There really isn't. But I got to take care of my grandkids. Nope. So there's some moves that she wants to make. The rest of us don't agree with. So we have to do something about it. So that's why I've been asking for the prayers. We all, we go through this stuff. So, all right. We're going to start with Odette, or Daily Reflections. Serving my brother. The member talks to the newcomer not in a spirit of power, but in a spirit of humility and weakness. Alcoholics Anonymous Comes of Age, page 279. I went and pulled that up. Tag Archives, AA Comes of Age, To the Newcomer by Michael E., March 14th, 2015. The member talks to the newcomer not in the spirit of power, but in a spirit of humility and weakness. The still suffering alcoholic is usually full of an attitude that is disagreeable, less than grateful, and very defensive. When talking with the newcomer, be sure to ask your higher power to guide your thoughts and actions. Remember how in early recovery you wanted everyone to be patient and tolerant of you until the fog had cleared. Today, do the same for others. Recovery is one day at a time. Sobriety is a blessing from our higher power. Me and the boss. And if no one has told you yet today, God loves you and so do we. So do I. I love you. You know, I was actually talking to somebody about this the other day. I was talking about this subject a little bit. And they were talking about newcomers coming in and saying this is going on, that's not going, and not following the format, right? Taking 15 minutes on a drunkalog, right? And they were like, well, can't they just stop doing? No, shut. Patience and tolerance is our code, okay? And we were all there. Maybe you just didn't open your mouth for 10, 15 minutes, all right? No, that person has every right to say everything that they want to without your bullshit being involved, okay? The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. We make no other commandments. We make no other... You don't even need to be sober. They just need a desire. All right? So be patient with these people because that's you. Okay? I know sometimes it could be hard. It's the fifth time we've heard this story this week. And, well, then do something about it. Go talk to them after the meeting. Do you have a sponsor? No? Well, I'm your sponsor. Let's get to work. As the days pass in AA, I ask God to guide my thoughts and the words that I speak. I do this before everything. I do that before I come on here. I do it before I speak in an AA group. I do it before I go into, when I call CPS, I'm going to ask them to do the same thing. God, give me the right words, the right actions. Right? Because I have to do this right. If I call them yelling and screaming, no. But I can utilize who I am. I can utilize that to get something done. And I'm going to. In this labor of continuous participation in the fellowship, I have numerous opportunities to speak. So I frequently ask God to help me watch over my thoughts and my words, that they may be true and proper reflections of our program, to focus on my aspirations once again, to seek his guidance, to help me be truly kind and loving, helpful and healing, yet always filled with humility and free from any trace of arrogance. Okay, I'm going to give you guys an example. Okay? Today, I had to cancel something. Something had to be canceled. Okay, and I decided it was going to be my podcast. Okay. Why? Because all the other things that I do are directly involved with helping other alcoholics. It was between that or not talking to my sponsee. And I'm sorry, but the sponsee comes before my podcast. That's how we live our lives. That's just a decision that needs to be made. You know, what are my priorities? Okay. I told this guy that I would sponsor him and I need to follow through on that. Okay. Plus, I got 50 freaking podcasts that I can pop on tomorrow, right? Today, I may very well have to deal with these disagreeable attitudes or utterances, okay? But I'm going to tell you something. I'm sitting right here going through things right now, talking to you guys, and I'm pretty calm. I don't know who in the hell's calling me during this time. My phone's on the other side of the room, so I'm not going to run over and grab it. Today, I may very well have to deal with the disagreeable attitudes or utterances. The typical stock and trade attitude of the still suffering alcoholic. If this should happen, I will take a moment to center myself in God so that I will be able to respond from a perspective of composure, strength, and sensibility. Okay? So that comes down to principles over personalities, right? It certainly does for me. There's one guy in our group, and he comes on certain days, things like that, and I didn't like him in the beginning. Okay? And I was wondering why. I was like, Dion, you don't even know this guy because he's a lot like me. That's why I didn't like him in the beginning. I'm like, wow, Dion, how stupid. How stupid. Well, don't do that to yourself. Okay. Now that I've gotten over that, I actually can hear what he is saying. And he has a lot of great things to say. Okay. So I'm not going to shoot myself in the foot, just out of spite. Somebody really wants to get a hold of me. January 21st. I'm going to read out of Old this and Old that. Every person, no matter what, his or her balance for good or evil is part of the divine economy. I kind of like that. We're all children of God, and it is unlikely that he intends to favor one over another. Absolutely. See, we're all equal in God's eyes. So it's necessary for all of us to accept whatever positive gifts we receive with deep humility, always bearing in mind that our negative attitudes were first necessary as a means of reducing us to such a state that we would be ready for a gift of positive ones via the conversation experience. Do I accept the fact that my addiction and the bottom I finally reached are the bedrock upon my spiritual foundation rests? I can certainly accept that. I love my foundation. I have a very solid foundation. I work on it every single morning. Okay? Why? Because I've been in the program a little bit longer. I'm coming up on 5 years. That means my foundation needs some work. Okay? Just like upkeeping a house. I need to go through it. Hey, I got a crack over here. We need to cement it up or do whatever it is that I need to do. Why? Because I play in a lot of other people's playgrounds or backyards or whatever you want to call it. So mine has to be clean first before I can do that. See, I can't go play in your backyard and help you out until my shit's cleaned up. You cannot transmit something you do not have. You cannot. It's impossible. You may know that from the first moment I admitted my powerlessness, God-given power was mine. Every step taken from that moment of defeat has been a step in the right direction. The first step is a giant step. Not for big. I see the steps as very small. I don't see them as big. Okay? I take small, little, intentional steps is what I do. But the first step they're saying is a giant one. I think they're talking about feeling. Okay. Through it is often taken in despair. May I realize that I must be drained of hope before I can be refilled with fresh hope, sapped of willfulness before I can feel the will of God. Today I'll remember powerless through powerlessness. You guys know I'm not going to agree with this. No, I'm not. If your hope is half filled, don't wait for it to empty it to refill it again. Why would you? Not for me. No. Let's try that ticker again. One more time. That's just so cool. Too bad I'm going to have to do something though. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being a part of. I'm gonna keep adding and adding to this. I've got obviously I got some lighting and things like that to do. So, but great improvement already. The flow is so much better. Everything's working so much better. Thank you, Mom. I love you. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow for the daily reflection. Let's just be John Lennon today. All you need is love, man. I saw Ed before I go. I saw this saying, you do need more than love. And then it gave 7 suggestions on how to love yourself. It's like, well, this is all still love. all you need is love. All right. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day.